Another question we're getting from some of our videos. We get a lot of views on our videos, so I get questions, and Preston gets questions all the time. One is, how many coats of epoxy do you put down? I get this from customers too. So now with epoxy, let's not compare that like you're thinking about paint. Totally different things. Epoxy and paint, different. We are talking about, when we talk about epoxy, we're talking about thickness, mils. You're going to hear mils a lot. That's why when you get estimates from other companies, they can all say they're using epoxy. They can all use buzzwords like polyaspartic. They can use words like a 100% solids. There's a whole bunch of other epoxy buzzwords too. The unfortunate thing is, we can all say we're using 100% solid epoxy, and we could all be doing way different jobs. We could be doing a top of the line job using 100% solids. Somebody could be doing a bottom dollar job using 100% solids. And you as the customer aren't going to really know the difference unless you ask how many mils that they're putting down, usually. And you watch them use the same product that they say they're going to use. It's in the buckets that they're using. There's ways to tell what they're putting down, but you want to, again, make sure that you use somebody that you trust, not just a fancy sales pitch that's coming out to your house offering you crazy warranties. So when we talk about coats of epoxy, you're not really getting coats of epoxy, you're getting mils. Even with traditional paints, a paint like Sherwin-Williams Duration is a good paint because you're getting a thicker mill. So you may be able to put down 1 or 2 coats and it gives you the mils of 3 or 4. So whoever came up with the number of coats down the road, I need 2 coats. That's not necessarily true even with paints. You might be able to use a thicker paint. Thicker usually is better when you're talking about certain paints as far as protection. It doesn't mean just put it on as thick as you possibly can, because then you can have some issues with drying and a whole bunch of other things. So with the floor that we're looking at right here, we put down a prime coat. Doesn't have to be epoxy for this. We were looking for a moisture vapor barrier. And then we put, if you want to call it a coat, we put 1 coat of 100% solids down. But this is probably the thickest system that you can get. And it's the one that we use for our metallic coatings. You're not going to find a lot of other companies putting down as thick of a coating as we're putting down. That's why our metallic floors look deep as far as colors. And that's what makes them look good and gives you the protection. So it'd be very hard to get through this floor right now.